Listen, reach for the stars, wild ones. It's Bernadette, and I'm here with the Sagittarius tarot reading for March 2021. Oh, Sagittarius, you and the Chimp and the Two of Pentacles. You have no idea how hard I laughed when that card came out for you all, because you all really are more fun than a barrel full of monkeys. Truly. I mean, you want to have a good time, you call one of your Saggy friends, and that's it, man. You're off to the races, because nothing in life is more important to a Saggy than a party. So, having said that, the Two of Pentacles is all about balancing the fruits of your labor, and balance. When you want to balance, when you take that aim, you are perfectly balanced. But once you let that arrow fly, and you're like, nailed it. Hand me my beer, right? So just know that there's going to be a little less handing me my beer this month, and a lot more, taking that aim steady and true. And, listen, I'm not making fun of you. Sagittarius, your zodiac sign is no stranger to hard work, but what you truly seek is the ability to enjoy life's pleasures and enjoy the luxuries that money can buy. And your sign usually can be really lucky when it comes to finances, and it's no wonder you have a penchant for gambling. Listen, your motto is I see, and so you understand the truth that with big dreams and big gains can require big risks. Now, this month, Chimp is going to swing into your life to help you balance the practical steps that you need to succeed with the larger vision that's really important to you right now. And as fun as monkeys can be, or chimps can be, they can balance on the most. They can balance on things that you're like, how does that even happening? How is that even happening? But what's really important here is that they're really letting you know, chimpanzee is a spirit totem and power animal. And of course, the Two of Pentacles, that archetype, they're letting you know that you actually can have your cake and eat it too, but only if you take things in stride and find a balance between work and play. Now, your ruling, your zodiac sign's ruling planet Jupiter is at the center of quite a bit of excitement this month, and actually for this year at large, which is super cool, because currently in the sign of Aquarius, Jupiter is standing ready to unleash powerful surprises on a really large scale, whatever large means to you. And what's so great about it is the dramatic and grand scale changes that unfold whenever Aquarius is involved, because it's, that is seen as the sign of the rebel. Aquarius always paves the way for dramatic change, but that's enhanced and projected on a large scale by Jupiter. And Jupiter's lucky and benevolent energy also has the effect of pumping up a situation, inflating it to be larger than life. And really, what more fun is that to be, involved in or creating something that is life-altering, world-changing, and larger than life? It's a magical time for you. So rather than a slight trim, Jupiter in Aquarius goes all out for a full makeover. Rather than painting one room, Jupiter in Aquarius will bring the wrecking ball, and then rebuilds the entire structure. And it's bigger, it's bolder, it's better, it's faster, it's bionic than ever before, right? So expect large-scale changes that work out fortunately for you, but may throw you off your intended path. The more that you can work with the energy of chimpanzee this month and maintain balance by working with the Two of Pentacles, that balance between work and play, it'll be so much the better. So, also chimpanzees, they've been seen in the wild juggling things, literally juggling things. There's any guess of how they might have learned that behavior, or they may have done it all the time and we just didn't notice. But instead of taking that aim straight and true, instead of just letting one arrow fly or even 50 arrows fly, it's still, you're focused on that one arrow. But now is not the time to do that. Now is the time to juggle all things, to keep your eye. If if you look at juggling, they always have their eyes. They use their peripheral vision. They this, they that, only because I once upon a time was okay at juggling. It's much easier than you might think, even for like me, an obsessive Scorpio, who when I get scope locked on something, I've got blinders on. That really taught me how to balance things and see a lot of different things going on all at one time. Some people would call that multitasking. I call it having, a larger vision. So listen, no matter what unexpected changes you face, you'll have the fortune of luck, lucky breaks, lucky circumstances, really fortunate meetings with influential people, especially earlier in the month when Jupiter is making its way through Aquarius and approached closely by Mercury, the planet of communication and travel. And so they work very well together, Mercury and Jupiter. And especially in that first week of March, you may feel like your ideas are given a touch of, I don't know, touched by an angel or grandiosity, or like just taking things to a higher level with your creativity and your sense of personal power. And again, you might very well have the chance to connect with influential people as well. And this can help you find the confidence you need to take your plans or education to a higher level. Now, the 1st through the 20th or so, Jupiter is making a lucky trine to the North Node in Aquarius. And this can be a powerful time in which you feel liberated, inspired, and more inclined to reach your purpose and follow your mission than ever before. Whatever you used to believe your mission is, expect dramatic changes, but more dramatic expansion in your perception, and it's going to reveal a different spin on things, or even a dramatic change in focus altogether. That could very well happen, but it's going to be big and bad, like, not in a bad way, just like big and bad, like you're the biggest, you're the baddest. So the 9th and 10th see a surge in activity in Aquarius as now the moon joins Saturn, Jupiter, and Mercury. Though Jupiter is no longer in a direct conjunction with Saturn, this planet is likely to amplify and enhance the impact of the intense activity taking place in Aquarius now. So what this means for you, Sagittarius, is that you are likely to find that seemingly small changes all of a sudden are like, how did it get that big, right? Excellent. This can feel lucky, or it can feel stressful, or it can feel, a combination of both. Hopefully you're going to want to lean into the lucky part and not the other parts. Just get through it. You'll be able to, and it'll be great. A slight change of plans suddenly becomes like, and it can be really unconscious, or subconscious. Like, you're like, okay, well, we've just got a slight change to our plans. And you're like, ugh, I'm going to rip that map up. And I'm just going to completely rewrite my plans altogether. Now, that can be a really cool thing. So if you don't let anger or frustration or anything negative get into it, be like, okay, you know what? Take it all away. Let's start over again and see what happens. That's going to be awesome, because the biggest impact for you will relate to your beliefs, your ideology, your social network, and you may suddenly embrace a new doctrine or mission, align yourself with an intense humanitarian group with unusual beliefs, ideas, or tactics. And you may also make sweeping changes to your social circle, including changing your alliances or group affiliations, new undertakings, or new perspectives. It can feel really enlightening or even earth-shaking for you, and I would say life-altering and life-changing in a really great way. By the 13th, you do feel less pressure and greater freedom. Thank goodness, because goodness knows, the goddess knows, you don't like to be tied down. On the 24th through the 25th, you might have a chance to rev up your passions and flirtations and connections with influential people in powerful positions or roles of authority. This is another time they can become significant allies for you now. Mars is conjunct Chiron in Gemini, and both are trine to your ruling planet Jupiter in Aquarius. And dramatic changes of ideas and communication styles can give you the energy, the focus, and the confidence you need. And your experience can be held up as a role model for those who are still struggling to overcome wounds that you've experienced in the past. Because during this time, you're going to be in a really heightened place of understanding and compassion. And you might find yourself like counseling people, not like in a medical way, but just like a lot of people coming to you with their problems, or you happen to notice people are sad or upset or stressful or whatever, and you just want to lend a helping hand and a kind word. So you're really going to appreciate that. You're going to get as much out of it as they get from it too. So at the same time, the moon is transiting Leo, and this is going to create opposition to Jupiter first and then to Saturn in Aquarius. Over the course of this time, you may have to face issues related to your personal ambitions and how you exert power, authority, and share your talents. But that's different than being in a place of understanding and compassion. You'll still have that left over. So you just have to look at how to blend them. Maybe look at every situation and every communication through the eyes of compassion, and that's going to serve you in good stead. Now, listen. If you've been playing small in your life, a chance to take the spotlight might be presented. If you're comfortable with center stage, you might be called to practice humility. If you are not comfortable taking center stage, you're going to have to do it. And it will go very well for you and everyone else. Remember, chimpanzee and the Two of Pentacles, Sagittarius, for your zodiac reading today, or your tarot card reading today, it really is about achieving the right balance between extremes, and I know you're going to do great. So I hope that was helpful. Pick up your copy of the Arc Animal Tarot and Oracle deck, and as always, do good for animals and stay wild.